never thought I would hear. PJ,
What's going on?
what up though?
What's up?
I'm talking about when people make you feel inadequate. That is a rabbit hole. That should get you down in the hole. And has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah, just people just praying, like you said, like I put people praying on your flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like you open yourself up, especially when you're dealing with somebody in a relationship or somebody that you're close to. You expose those flaws to people. You expose those insecurities to that person that you trust. And if they pray on that, man, it hurts. It hurts a lot more than a random stranger doing it. Like it hurts from the bottom of your heart. Like they always say, a stab, it's always close. When the person is close, the stab that hurts the most. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
So
I definitely
listen,
understand where you're coming from.
because of that, because this is what I'm grappling and battling with, right? And I know the right answer, but there's steps to learning to do the right thing. You know the right thing, right? Does that change that what you share because of that one experience? You know what I'm saying? Somebody you cared about, you shared, they used it against you. Does it change? Do you not share no more, or what? Like, what's the next
It,
steps for that?
it automatically make you put your guard up. You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying is it automatically makes you put your guard up. And that's why, like, at this age, and we deal with a lot of people. We deal with, we meet a lot of people that's broken because of past experiences, and you know what I'm saying. And then we gotta try to break that wall down. You know what I'm saying? That wall that they built up that's guarding them from that past experience. We gotta try to knock that down. And it's always a struggle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's tough. But to answer your question, automatically, you put your guard up. You gotta put your guard up. You can't just be open and exposed to everybody. Unfortunately.
But the funny thing about that is this: the older you get, the more that guard you put up, that joint starts to cement. It starts to fossilize. It becomes a point in time where people got to do a lot of work to chip away at that joint. And in this day and age, and the age that we are, nobody willing to put in that work. Back in the day, they had time they would do it. They had time to play around with you. Nowadays, it's easy to move on to the next, and they don't have time for it. So you end up letting down what you firmly stand on because you afraid that you end up by yourself. How do you combat that?
That's a conversation you're gonna have to have with yourself and God. Unfortunately, no one other person is not gonna be able to fix that issue. You know what I'm saying? So that wall that's being built, we just gotta open our eyes. Sometimes our eyes and our vision might not be as big as we think it is. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
we thinking that we are bringing the right people into our lives, and that we actually looking over the right people. Sometimes it might be that person that, what I'm saying, that we overlooking, that can help us, that wants to build with you, that wants to grow, that's not looking at the quick, I guess the easy thing, the easy part of you, the outside shell of you, when you got a person that's actually looking at the inside of you. But we overlook those things. Me myself, I know I've dealt with people that I just because of the outside of the, what I'm saying, the exterior, I cut them off, you know what I'm saying, and then they probably had my interior at best, what I'm saying, best at heart, you know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
it's a struggle. I mean, unfortunately, strong relationship, love, and all that is not easy. If it was, everybody would be in a happy ass relationship right now. It's just some work. We just got to be able to build that strength up and be ready to face what's out there in the world.
Yeah, I have the severe side eye. So whenever stuff don't be looking right, that's me. I slide the shit out of everything, and I'm working on that. I'm a work in progress with that. I am working on that. I, for real, have been taken advantage of in areas. I have had people to use me. I've had people to not love the best part of me. I have had people, honestly, to prey on my weaknesses and my insecurities, and that's what I'm speaking of. Have people to do that and try to recover from that, baby. I don't know what works for other people. I've had to disconnect, sit down
Yeah,
with myself, and look at myself so I can own everything that is about me. So that when you pull it on me, you're powerless because I got that already. But I'm telling you, and you miss out a lot when you do that. You missed out a lot, but that is an ever evolving thing. That self check group and that internalization thing. That's something that we gotta do always,
yeah,
always. You know
yeah.
how you
And
do maintenance on shit?
Yeah,
Quality control. You got to do QCs on yourself.
yeah, I think Grace just said something on the timeline that is good too. She said there's a difference between walls that we create out of fear or repeating a mistaken standards, which is true. It's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
And I think and the fear is definitely is a thing. Sometimes we're feared to be alone. We're feared to be lonely. We're feared to think that we're going to be out there in this world by ourselves. So we keep company that we should not be able to be keeping.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
you know, and I've been there. I've stayed with somebody because I was in fear of, you know, being out here on my own, being single. That was before
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, opened my eyes to a lot of things. I had to have a conversation with myself, I had to have a conversation with God, and I had to realize, yo, I had to do what's best for me.
Yep.
And we're gonna have that conversation. Like you have to have that conversation. Like, and it usually, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I know a lot of people on this town that is looking. You haven't noticed that you had that conversation always in that late night hour. That late night hour when your brain is gone and you having that conversation with yourself and God is looking at you, like you gotta be real with yourself. That's the realest conversation you will have with yourself because you can't bullshit yourself. You
Say it
you
again.
can't lie to yourself. And I've been there.
Say it again. Say it
So
again. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what we have we've mastered out here, right? And the and I keep referring to social media, right? We have created personas, and our personas have a fan base, and these people are they worship you, so to speak. My political fingers up. They
yeah,
worship you, right?
fan
And
club.
to keep having that fan club, you will still be who you are, broken and all, and be fucked up and still doing what you're doing, so you don't lose your fan base. A lot of people are not willing to weigh that out and to unplug and lose whatever that fake fan base is to regroup and become who you're supposed to be. A lot of us will not do that, and look, it bothers me when I see people, the Pied Piper blowing his little flute, and all the people that be following him, knowing that Shorty need work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I now um am a fan of pulling the plug sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling the plug sometime. Yo,
Yeah,
and people
sometimes you
who
got.
love you and rock with you, they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, sometimes you got to pull the plug. Sometimes you got to reset the system. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if
Hmm.
you treat our mind like a computer, sometimes I mean it overloads. Sometimes we got too many tabs open. We are trying to program. We are trying
Come
to run
on
too many
now.
tabs. We got too many windows open. Sometimes we got to pull that plug and reset the damn system and start back from
Back,
scratch. You
facts.
know? So I mean, it's tough. And like when you say you got that like that persona about you. You know what I'm saying? That they got that perception of you, not persona, but they got a perception of you because
Uh-huh.
of the social media. Like the social media can kill you. Sometimes you gotta just. I mean, I know it's Sunday, but you gotta really be like, look, I don't give a fuck. Like you can't entertain everybody. Like once we get to a point where we just like, look, I don't care. I'm gonna do me. I can't entertain you. I can't be this person that you this pedestal that I can't be on this pedestal that you putting me on. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, I don't
I'm gonna
deserve
put
it.
myself on my own pedestal, not your pedestal. And once you get to that, it's like I'm just gonna do me. And I think like recently, like me personally, I really don't care about a lot of people. When I say I don't care about a lot of people opinions, if it's not
Uh-huh.
good opinions, if it's not positive opinions, if it's not something that's gonna make sure my vibe is stand on a good vibration. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care.
Vibrations.
I don't. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, but I made a video about this like the other day. We all going through storms, yo. We all going through trials and tribulations. You gotta realize that you're not the only one that's going through it. Once you realize that, then you'll be a lot stronger. You know what I'm saying? You're not the only person in this world that's hurting. You know what I'm saying? We all hurting. If your circle as tight as you are, that it claims to be, you know what I'm saying? We can both share that. You know what I'm saying? Those trials and tribulations, we get ourselves through there. That's what a strong circle is.
But you know what I had a club meeting today, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
realized a lot of things leading up to my club meeting. A lot of things that needed help in my situation because I got the a funny Joy. I was talking about people that make you feel inadequate because he said he lost. But I had to set standards for myself that I probably set before, but I didn't reiterate. I had to change my standards in all the areas across my board because I got played with. You know what I'm saying? Only because you move along in this area, and if ain't no bumps in the road, if ain't nothing broke, you don't fix it. Sometimes you gotta break some shit. Sometimes you just got to do a routine maintenance check to make sure, because some things coming down the pike ain't right.
Right.
It's not right.
It's
You
simple. I
change your
mean,
standards, because your standards change. Your standards change. Situations change. Like my standards for myself, they're different now than they were a year ago. I lost my mother. I gotta change my standards, and I'm being real. I don't want to keep saying that, but losing my mother was the biggest catalyst for me changing a lot of ways that I am. And honestly, I got to stand up for me. I got to put my back up, and I got to let people understand what my standards are, and I got to adhere to them. Like regardless of how whatever whatever I stand to gain from that. You know what I'm saying? Surface wise. But at the end of the
yeah.
day, when that stuff start interfering with your innards, no,
I mean,
no.
also you gotta take this into. I mean, for one, let's start back from the beginning. Don't ever apologize for mentioning your mother. That's your mother. You know what I'm saying? You can mention how many times you want to. You losing your mother, that's tough. I don't know nothing about that. So every time you mention it, that's a pain that I don't know about. You don't have to apologize that to me, or you don't got to apologize to that to anybody on this live. That's tough. Like, anybody that's lost somebody knows about that. But you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, you have to realize, like, you're going through a struggle. Like, you're going through a struggle. That struggle is always going to change. It's going to mold you into something that you was not before that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to accept that change. Like, you're going through a change right now in your life. You're going through a change. Everybody that was affected in that loss is going through a change. I mean, I had that talk with your daughter just Friday. You know what I'm saying? That was between me and her, but it was dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a change. You know what I'm saying? So you have to you have to have some time to yourself, man. You gotta have you gotta have some thoughts and have some time to yourself. You gotta reboot, and unfortunately if a good friend should understand that. You might be tough, you might be having attitude change, you might have a mood swing or something like that, but at the end of the day, I'm like, look, man, she's going through something. I got to be a good friend. Sometimes I got to suck up my pride and my ego because you're not kissing my ass, or you're not being that happy, jolly, go friend. And I got to step up and be a stronger friend and be on your side. You know what I'm
Yep. Yep.
saying?
And that's what it
So,
is, though. If your friend see things before you see them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? When you speaking and you running around and you jockeying for whatever you jockeying for, and your friends
yeah,
see it, and like friends ain't supposed to let you do that. Like I'm being real. If people can see from afar, and I put this out to my friends, if you ever, and then it's inclusive of you, PJ, you see me
mm-hmm.
rolling around here and kikiing it up, and I'm looking crazy, please holler at me. If you see the standards I set for myself, I'm not adhering to, please make me accountable. If you see me out here and I'm looking inadequate or insufficient behind somebody, please holler at me. I'm not gonna tell you to mind your business. And I'm telling my friends that anybody in the side of my voice or that's listening to this live, if I see that happening with you and you are my friend or I know you, I'm gonna do the same thing for you. I'm telling you, feeling inadequate is the worst thing in the world when you're an adult who
Yeah,
pay bills and you kind of pretty much write your own ticket in this world. That's one area right there that you probably should write your ticket in more.
yeah. I mean, I appreciate that's what a good friend's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to be reminded of that because sometimes we get so used to, trying to stay in our own lane and trying to mind our business. Because everybody has their own story. You know what I'm saying? So we try to mind our business. Sometimes we have to be reminded. And thank you for reminding me because it might be times that we out here and I know you going through some things or you something in the environment or something that's messing up our vibe, and I try to just mind my business. And sometimes I might just need you pull you to the side and be like, yo, are you okay? Or nah, you don't need to be doing that. Like, get your shit
Yep.
together. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, and we got to remind our circle of that sometimes. So yeah, I
We have
appreciate
to.
it.
We have to. It, that that's what my whole life honestly was about. You know what I'm saying? She said feeling inadequate while in a relationship is even worse. She said that's what friends are for. My Gladys Knight voice. That's funny, Joey. No, it's a small little live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a quick little reminder that love thyself. Love thyself. And for real, if you don't know what that is, follow me. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that is? Look at the love that you had for your child when your child was born. Look at that same pure love that your mother gives you. That's the love you're supposed to have for yourself. And for real, and in doing that, when you love yourself, a lot of stuff you're not gonna take. A lot of stuff you're not gonna take, and it's not an overnight process. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes when you don't know how to do it. But guess what? I'm a person that I will help you. If you need help in that area, we can do it together.
Yeah,
Inbox me. I don't care. Like I'm one of them people. I'm an ear. And guess what? And my heart is pure. And I'm one of those people who I err on the side of right.
definitely. Definitely. And then like Batman said, it's I saw it in the comments while I was scrolling up, it said it's growth. Like back in the day when I used to do my used to do my business, my network marketing and stuff like that, they always used to say like when we was talking about our story and talking about our testimony, it's like you gotta to go through things, you gotta grow through things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you go through things, you grow through things. So we gotta grow. We never too old to grow, man. You never too old. That tree always gonna make another branch. You know what I'm saying?
Look, and the
So
only time, that, that you too old to grow is when your eyes is closed for good, and there's a problem
and,
then. So
and at the
take
end of the day,
advantage of these days.
and when your eyes closed, you still one with the earth. So you still growing. You just growing into something else. So you still
Come on
growing.
now, come on now, come on now.
Um,
It is a Sunday evening, and that's the vibe. That's the vibe of Sunday for me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I felt that on my spirit. I felt it on my heart, and it's a lot that I'm thinking of in my head for real in the days to come. And my lives probably will reflect a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Along with the craziness, like some of the real stuff that needs to be spoken about is the fact that we are broken people and we are hurt people behind other people. So for real, bounce back. You can stay in it. Look, I had this meme, right? I mean, not this meme, but I was reading this story yesterday, and they was telling me that depression is the past, anxiety is the future, peace is now. That's where I'm at.
Hey,
That's where I'm at.
you might need to post that again so you can remind these people.
I will post it.
I might need to see that again tomorrow. You never know.
Yep.
Mm,
Well, anyway, that's all I wanted.
yeah, that's all good. I
You know I
appreciate you
love
for
you,
letting me join the
and
live, though.
I appreciate your input.
It's all good. We know we had these talks. This ain't nothing but just being put on Facebook. Our talks that we normally have. It's all good.
Yep. Yep.
So look, have a good Sunday. Hopefully see you tomorrow at studio.
Hopefully, yep. I got to work tonight, so y'all just pray for me as I go up in here and let these people
Oh
drive
Lord.
me up a wall. You know what I'm saying? We got a show for y'all tomorrow, like for real. I'll holler at you. I'm gonna holler at you about that. I'm get my, when I get my, gather myself and talk to the tone. Hopefully
Yeah,
we'll
just
see
keep
you
me
there.
updated. Yeah, just let me know the situation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Put some salt on
Bye.
them fries, boy. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for watching us talk. I hope that people can, I said something that somebody can grasp onto. I hope I said something. When I speak to me, too. I need a lot of stuff that I say I need to hear. So I thank y'all for your attention. Y'all have a blessed Sunday night. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tony Kiki, 5:30 to 7. Tune in. All right. Be blessed. Night now.